try to remind our clients to be goals based investors. Really, what that means is investing based off of time horizon. That allows us to stick to a structure, a specific time focused goal, and allow us to not make gut decisions with our investments, but more think with our head and think with strategy. So what does that mean? Well, we really segment our time horizons into three categories: short term, mid-term, and long term goals. A short term goal is one where you need to utilize those funds within the next 1 to 3 years. Typically, that sort of time horizon is too short for us to be invested, riding the market waves going up and down. We don't have time on our side to recuperate if the market crashes or brings our investment dollars down. So, because we don't have that time on our side, we want to have those funds be conservative, really cash alternatives, CDs, really, really conservative investments. Yes, we're exchanging a growth opportunity for liquidity and stability. That's what we need for that short time horizon. So, short time horizon, maybe 1 to 3 to 4 years. That's the time horizon for cash alternatives. A midterm goal is one where we need to utilize the funds in the next 5 to 7 years. So if I need to use the funds within the next 5 to 7 years, I can be invested and hopefully outpacing inflation with those dollars. In that kind of an account, I want to be maybe moderate. Maybe if I'm on the long side of that moderate of that medium time horizon, maybe the 6 to 7 year time frame, I can be growth oriented even, and I'll have a combination of stocks, bonds, international investments. I would look at mutual funds, ETFs for that kind of portfolio. But as time draws nearer to when I need to actually use those funds for the goals that I have, that's when I de risk, not when I see some sort of headline or there's a geopolitical event going on and I'm feeling some kind of emotion in my gut. No, I stick with the strategy, I invest with my mind, and I don't de risk until my time horizon changes. The long term goals are goals where I don't need to use those funds for the next 8 years or more. Right? I have time on my side. I can be as aggressive as I feel comfortable being in those portfolios. So for those, we might be all equity. We could be 90, 80, 70, whatever the amount that you feel comfortable, but we're really trying to outpace inflation here. And once again, we don't de risk until time horizon draws nearer. This allows us to remain invested. Stop trying to time the market moving in and out, right? You have to be great at timing both when you pull out and when you get back in. Nearly impossible. So, really sticking with the investment strategy is what goals based investments investing is. So that's what we try to implement with our clients and try to remind them and hold their hand through the volatile markets that we see. And I would also say that this is not just a strategy for while you're working and accumulating, it's also a strategy for when you're in retirement time. Right? You need money short term. That should be conservative cash alternatives. You need money in the next 5 to 7 years. That should be your moderate bucket. And then anything that you do not need for 8 years or more can be aggressive. You're going to live 20, 30, maybe even 40 years in retirement. I had two great grandmothers lived into their 100s, right? So with that, did anybody think that they were going to live over 40 years? Obviously not, right? We don't think that way, but we have to think that way. So we have to have assets that are outpacing inflation. Goals based investing allows us to stick with a strategy, pick the proper asset allocation, and know the right placement for our assets.